everybody, and welcome to the Captain Blockade channel. And today I am doing my very first video for you guys. I'm excited for this channel. This is going to be a One Piece TCG focused channel. I've been playing this card game for about 3 weeks now, and I have fallen in love with this card game. It has honestly taken over my life. But today I'm doing a video on my Store Championship deck. So this is going to be a deck profile of my Store Championship deck. I ran Smoker. I did not win the Store Championship, but I did finish third place amongst the 7 of us that participated. So that was pretty awesome. And I got 6 of the championship packs that we will open up right here on the channel. As soon as we get done with this deck profile. So, as I said, I ran a Smoker for my tournament. I lost my first game against a matchup with Kuro, and then game 2, I faced a Zephyr purple-black deck, and I won against that one. It was a 2-1 type thing, because it was best of 3, and then my final pairing was against a Katakuri, and I won a best 2 out of 3 with 2 out of 3 wins. So first, let's start off with the deck leader. We have Smoker. What he does is basically you put 1 Dawn on him, and you minus 1 cost from the top of the cost of the card. So if you see at the top here, this is a cost of a 0. So if this was a 1, it would go down to 0. And then he could basically be able to swing for 7 instead of 6. So that's a good plus 1,000 extra. 7 is a lot to swing with. So basically when you play him, you want to try and focus on getting down some characters to 0 so you can benefit from that. Pairing it up against the Zoro I played earlier, it was very good to make the 1-cost Zoros for the Zoro deck. For a red deck, made it very easy to swing for 7 each time. So that's the captain. So let's go ahead and start off first with some parts of the deck. So one of the main cards in here I run is for Bronnu. Bronnu is a very good card. He's probably the one card I want turn 1. Immediately would love to have a turn 1 Bronnu. Mostly because, and if I go first, I'm just going to basically summon, activate, flip over Smoker, however you want to play the game. I usually just leave my deck leader out. But basically, I'd skip my first turn if I go first. When I go second, I want him in my hand because I can play him. I can, on play, look at the top 2 or 3 cards of my deck, look for a Navy, and then I can play one of those Navy cards into my hand, or put one of those Navy cards into my hand and then drop the other 2 to the graveyard. So that's a very good card to have. Running 4 of him, I don't see why you would want to run any less. He's a good searcher, basically, for the deck. Then I run 3 copies of Khalifa. So I like her for a couple of reasons. One, she is a plus 2,000 counter. Having those in your hand, a lot of what Smoker's deck does well is surviving a long period of time so you can get your bigger characters out, so you can do a lot more damage, take out more characters on the field. And so for her, she's a good card to keep in hand for that plus 2,000. But on play, she also allows you to draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards, and give up one of your opponents up to 2 costs. So that's a good card to have as well if you just need to, drop some cards out of your hand, get 2 new cards, and then of course use her ability to minus 2 from a character. So she also has some draw power to her that I like. And then next we're going to talk about our blockers for the deck. I run a heavy amount of blockers, but I run 4 Borsalino. He is an amazing card on my opponent's turn. He gets plus 1,000, so he's a 6,000 blocker. And of course blocking is good for, having a 6,000 blocker is good because you can block some of these lighter attacks and still keep them for the next turn. And also on my opponent's turn, he cannot be KO'd, or not on my opponent's turn, but in general, he cannot be KO'd by effects. So that's a very good card to have. You don't want to be KO'd by effects most times because there's some cards that just KO you based on the card effect itself, and that can suck. And having him, don't have to worry about it. Then I run 4 of Hina in the deck. This is one that I'm not sure if I want to run 4 of, but I'm going to for now. It's a 5-drop. It's plus 1,000 in my hand for counters, but it's a blocker that when it blocks, I can select up to one of my opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less, and I can tap it. So very good to, not only is it a 6,000 blocker, so it's just as, it has the ability of this, to take a hit and still live, but even if she were to die, I can stop another attack from coming through. I ended up throwing her out several times because I wanted to play other cards instead of her. So that's why I'm kind of not sure if I want to keep running 4 of her. But for now, I'm going to keep it at 4. I like having the option for more blockers, and I like her ability. I ran 4 Fukurus. This is Honestly, I had at one point in time five blockers total on the field. I think it was four. No, it was four blockers on the field at one point, and that was just nice for just being able to keep going and blocking attacks. I like running this. So in total, I'm running 12 blockers, which might be a little too much. I may want to look at changing that up a little bit, but four blockers is pretty good. I like having it for now. And that might be one adjustment I make. And then through the rest of the deck, I'm going to go ahead and start with my 10 drop Kuzan. So my first game, this card was really a bad card to get. I got it first turn. I had to chuck it for an ability to use, and then I literally had another on my hand that I had to chuck and use for an ability. I just didn't like getting this card very early on. I only run 2, which is not bad. When I do activate this card on my turn, I can -5 and then immediately destroy a 0. So getting him can be good if I get him at the right time. But so for today, I didn't get him when I needed him. But I only run 2 of. I think more than that's going to be overkill and just too much. But a good card to just, it's a very costly play. So once you play it, you're tapping 10 out, and then you're using it to destroy stuff. So you got to think before you use this card. In my opinion, it's got its uses, but just not sure. Not sure how I want to roll moving forward with that one. Iso did not get to use this card as much as I was hoping for. A lot of my opponents were aware of the 6 cards, so they were trying to keep 6 cards out of their hands. I did have a player who was trying to bait me to do so, but I never could get Iso in my hand at the time. And then on play, he also minuses 3 from an opponent. No. Once per turn, I can -3. But when he's on play, I can send 2 cards from my opponent's hand if they have 6 or less. Or no, 6 or more. Yes, 6 or more. So not bad. I only run 2 of him. I don't necessarily feel like I need to run 3. If I thought about anything, I was thinking about moving 1 Kuzan off and adding my 3rd Iso, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do that just yet. I also run 4 Sakazakis. I love Sakazaki. This card is amazing. This card helped me a lot of times pop off some really high cost characters, especially Big Mom when I faced Katakuri. I was able to do enough to get down to a point where I could use this on play to destroy that. I love this card. One of my favorites. It's a big attacker with 7,000. Having him on the field is not fun for my opponents, and I love the ability so much to just send a card to my hand to the graveyard and then just swing for or destroy something really big, which is typically what you want to do. Especially Big Mom. She was a threat with 12,000 on the field. And then I run 3 Smoker, no more than that. I didn't get Smoker. I didn't get to use Smoker as much as I would have hoped for tonight. I'm still questioning if I want to run 3 of this or run them at all. Right now I'm going to keep them in there. I do like the option for double attack if I've got a 0 cost on the field on my opponents. So I do like the potential of using him, but I didn't get to use him much tonight against my opponents. But yeah, if your opponent has a 0 cost on the field, which is not hard to do because you've got a lot of characters that minus from them, especially if you've got him already out on the field, if I summon him, boom, I've already got some 0s, and then I can double attack with him. I just never got him when I needed him. I also run, well, let me find him real quick. It's only showing 3, and that's a lie, because I run 4 of him. Alright, so I had a little mini breakdown because I cannot find my 4th Kuzan since playing. Today I'm going to have to try and figure out where I've placed it. But I do run 4 Kuzans because he has the ability to drop basically 1 card from my hand when I play him, and then on my turn I can swing for an attack and -4 from somebody, so he's really useful. I probably used him the most of everybody. He also helped me take out Big Mom and other characters, so definitely want to run 4 of him in the deck. I run 4 Tashigi. Her ability, of course, is to rest her and -2 from a character. Most times I'm keeping her hand for that 2,000 because that just helps me stay alive longer. I run 4 Kobes. 4 Kobes. This is, again, a card that I didn't get to use as much as I would like to during the tournament, but I can trash a card, destroy a 3. If I can use some of the abilities of using like the 10-drop Kuzan, drop a character down by 5, then summon him, boom, it's a pretty good one. But I didn't use that as much during the tournament as I think I would have liked to have. I think it would have probably helped me more. I do run 2 Monkey D. Garps and 2 Sengokus. These are because they both have 2,000s, and I like to have the off chance of wanting to use their ability. So with him, I can attack and I can give up to one of my opponent's characters a -2, so I like the ability to do that. And then, of course, when he attacks, I can KO a character by putting 2 Dawn on him. Of course, he is also putting 1 Dawn on him, and I can destroy a card that has 0 cost. Most times, these are just in hand for that the ability to stay alive if I need to. I am running 4 Shockwaves. I think this is a very important card to run in this deck. 4 Shockwaves is really good to just, on my turn, I can make one of my leaders or characters plus 4,000 and then KO 3,000 or less. That's a blocker in some decks, so I do like running that. And I'm only running 1 6 King Pistol. I do want to run more of these. I think this would be a good card. It's 0 cost, so I don't have to worry about having anything else. It has a trigger to draw 1 card and then KO one of my opponent's characters of cost of 1 or less, which can be helpful, but the ability to use its counter to trash a card and then make my captain plus 3,000 and not use any Dawn is important. So definitely like that card. But yeah, that's the deck. I like it a lot. It plays really fun. It's a different strategy because the way this deck works is you're going to want to take out your opponents. So you're going to want to get out, for the most part, get one of the Barcelonas out there to block and have him to just be there as a body to protect you. You're going to want to have probably at the most a Sakazaki out there because he's 7,000 and once you drop him, you can destroy something. Smoker with double attack is nice, but you basically aren't going to go for life every time. You're going to want to go for characters and then go for life on occasion. If you have to go for life, go for life. But you just want to dwindle down their resources. You want them to use their stuff in their hands. You want to take out their characters so they can do less. I did playtest against Zoro, and I did really well at destroying cards on their field and keeping them and kind of keeping control of the game for the most part. So I really like this deck a lot. I like running it. Make some adjustments to it before I play it again. But let's get on to opening up the packs, guys. I got 6. I finished 3rd place during my store championship today. That is the best I could do, and I am glad that I finished 3rd, even though I would have loved to have won the tournament. I like finishing 3rd because I do enjoy the playing. I'm glad that I was competitive and able to compete throughout the whole thing, and it was just a lot of fun. And so let's go ahead and open up these packs and see what we get. If you all don't know, there's some pretty good cards in this. They're not, any of them are new. It's all cards that are just alt arts, basically. And first card is Tony Chopper. This is going to be a fun card to play when it comes to future decks that I plan on playing, especially the Crocodile deck. But it has the Championship One Piece logo on it, and I like it a lot. So I was wanting to pull one of those for sure, at least one of those, And then it looks like we're getting the purple one as our next card. Try and not bend the cards. Oh no, it's black. Sorry, I spoke too quickly. But no, it is Don Quixote Rocinante. I think I said that name right. So yeah, that is the black deck card. I did actually have, at one point, I was running him instead of, I might run this one instead of Fukuru. It's about the same, except for it's a 2-drop. So yeah, I might actually switch them out. So that's 2. Okay, this one is purple. I can see purple this time. Oh no, it's yellow. It is purple in the corner, but that doesn't mean it's purple. Oh my gosh, guys. I keep trying to guess this and get wrong. I got a Charlotte Brûlée. That's really nice. I'm glad that I got this one. So far, I've got one of each. I really want a Robin. I would love a Robin. So let's see. What do we got here? Oh, we got Gecko Moria. Sweet. I have no intentions of running a blue deck, but I like that. Okay, so far I've got... I'm doing pretty good at pulling. So let's see. What do we got next? We got another Chopper. Okay, 2 Choppers. I am 2 away from a playset of Chopper. So we got one more left, but let's go ahead and put those over here. So we've got... So let's hope for Nico Robin, guys. This is all we need left is a Nico Robin. Let's see what we get. And it's a Brûlée. So I did not pull a Nico Robin, but I did pull 2 Brûlées, and I pulled Rocinante. I pulled 2 Tony Choppers, and I pulled one Gecko Moria. So that's what I got from my pulls today, guys, of the championship pack. So I'm gonna call that a success. I can be able to use these in a future deck. I can use these two in a current deck that I am building, and the other two, and I'll probably put that in there in my. I might actually swap out my Fukurus. Yes, because Fukuru is a 3 cost. I might even switch out my Hina's, maybe. I think I like the ability to use Hina's effect, so I might keep her in there. But that's it, guys. That's my deck profile for the Smoker deck, and of course, my pulls for the championship pack. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Subscribe for more. Like the video if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time.